Nothing yet, sir, but I've got a number of interesting leads. This measured lie, Brunetti thought, would suggest that enough was happening to keep him on the case, yet would not seem so successful as to prompt Pata to ask for details. Good, good, Pata muttered. Enough for Brunetti to infer that he was not at all interested in the Lorenzonis. He asked nothing. Long experience had showed him that Pata preferred people to worm news out of him, rather than to tell them straightforwardly. Brunetti wasn't going to help him out. "It's about this program, Brunetti," Pata finally said. "Yes, sir?" Brunetti inquired politely. "The one Rai is doing about the police." Brunetti remembered something about a police program to be produced and edited in a film studio in Padova. He'd had a letter some weeks ago asking if he would agree to serve as consultant, or was it commentator? He'd tossed the letter into his waste-paper basket and forgotten about it. "Yes, sir," he repeated, no less politely. "They want you." "I beg your pardon, sir." "You. They want you to be the consultant and to give them a long interview about how the police system works." Brunetti thought of the work that waited for him, thought of the Lorenzoni investigation. "But that's absurd." "That's what I told them," Pata agreed. "I told them they needed someone with broader experience, someone who has a wider vision of police work, can see it as a whole, not as a series of individual cases and crimes." One of the things Brunetti most disliked about Pata was the fact that the cheap melodrama of his life always had such bad scripts. "And what did they say to this suggestion, sir?" "They have to call Rome. That's where the original suggestion came from. They're supposed to get back to me tomorrow morning." Pata's inflection turned this into a question, and one that demanded an answer. "I can't imagine who could have suggested me for this sort of thing, sir. It's not anything I like or anything I want to be involved with." "I've told them that," Pata said, but when he caught Brunetti's look of sharp surprise, added, "I knew you wouldn't want to be taken away from this Lorenzoni thing, not after having just reopened it." "And so?" Brunetti asked. "And so I suggested that they choose someone else." "Someone with broader experience?" "Yes." "Who?" Brunetti asked bluntly. "Myself, of course," Pata said, tone level and in the instructional mode, as if giving the boiling point of water. Brunetti, though it was true that he wanted no part of a television program, found himself unaccountably enraged by Pata's blithe assumption that he could take it for himself just like that. "It was Tele Padova, wasn't it?" Brunetti asked. "Yes. What's that got to do with anything?" Pata asked. Television was television to the Vice Questore. Caught in the grip of sheer perversity, Brunetti answered, "Then perhaps they'll be aiming the program at an audience in the Veneto, and they might like someone local. You know, sir, someone who speaks dialect, or at least sounds like he's from the Veneto." All warmth disappeared from Pata's voice or manner. "I don't see what difference that makes. Crime is a national problem, and one that must be treated nationally, not divided up province by province, as you seem to think it should." His eyes narrowed, and he asked, "You aren't a member of this Lega Nord, are you?" Brunetti, who wasn't, didn't believe that Pata had any right either to ask the question or get an answer to it. "I didn't realize you'd called me in to have a political discussion, sir." It was with evident difficulty that Pata, the bright prize of a television appearance dancing before his eyes, reined in his anger. "No. But I mention it to you to point out the dangers of that sort of thinking.